again, we're going to use A-line skirt as existing model style. Then we will create this yoke skirt, which is uh, quite simple. You know dart manipulation, right? The darts can be changed to like gathering or seam, right? And so this one we will change, eliminate darts and turn into the seams, okay? So that will be the next practice. So use the A-line skirt, create the yoke line, and then eliminate darts. Okay, so you go back to your A-line skirt, and the same way we're going to copy the model and save as yoke skirt. Okay, so A-line skirt model, right click, save as with components, select your folder. Okay, now you replace a skirt with yoke skirt. Okay. You do the same for the pieces, a skirt with yoke skirt. Okay. And apply. Okay. Then I'm going to clear this, and just yoke probably would be enough. Star, yoke, star, and refresh your storage. Then you see the yoke skirt. Okay. So let's open this yoke skirt. Open with pattern design, separate work area, and place all pattern pieces. See that every time I open this, grid disappears for some reason. So I'm going to do it again. Okay, so I see a dot. All right, so let's do the same thing, same steps. I'm going to hide the seam first, okay, and the darts, we will change them into cutout darts. So you will select Advanced, Darts, Cutout, okay, and click the tip of the darts, okay. Then we're going to split this. Right now it's continuous leg, so you split at the dart point. To split a line, you will go to Modify, Line Actions, Split, and hold down left button, slide down to the point, and release. It didn't happen. Like that. So now suddenly system doesn't recognize as a dart, right? Because this is not a continuous leg. So the colors that initially filled is gone now, right? And I will do the same thing here. Release. Okay. So that's the first step. What's going on there outside? All right. Now, once you're done, okay, so we're going to create nice yoke line. Okay. The yoke line, if you look at the handouts, here is 4¼ from here 4¼ and at the side 3 inches. Okay, so we're going to draw a slightly curved line, 4½ from here and 3 inches here. So I like you to watch my demo first. So I will use this 2-point curve commands, which is, where is that? create line 2 points curve. Okay. So first I will bunny click the center front line, and the direction is correct. So I will enter 4.25, enter, and I will move my cursor over the side seam and bunny click. See, the arrow comes from the bottom, the hem. So I will press the tab key and enter 3, because 3 inches from the side waist. Enter. Then you will create the very slight curve, so that goes, this is not ideal. You will just cut through the dot point. Okay, something like this. Okay, like this, and right click. Okay, so you create very slight curved yoke line that goes through the dot tip. Okay, so that measurement is what is the date? Is there some kind of celebration going on here in my neighborhood? Well, sorry about that. So 4.4 and a quarter, and the side will be 3 inches. Okay, and I do the same for the back, but this one is 4.5 and 3. So create 2-point curve. So bunny click on center back line. The direction is wrong, so I press tab key. Now I can enter distance 4.5, enter. Then I move over the side seam and bunny click 3, and I will just cut dots like this. Okay, so this one, you can't really go to dot tip, so you can cut like this. That will be okay. 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 So that's so this is like a draft. Okay. So that's can you do that? Can you draw 2 lines like this first? Okay. Were you able to do? Who has a problem drawing the line? You want me to do it again? All right. Is that a comment or something? All right. So you're good now. So now next, we're going to create yoke without dots. So we need to trace this piece and put 2 pieces together. All right. So now I'd like you to watch my demo. Okay. So I would, if this is the paper pattern, you will probably cut this line and then put this together to create one piece, right? So for this one, what I'd like to do is I would trace this piece here and this piece here and they put together. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, right? So create trace. We did that. So we'll do the same thing here. Click, 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 click. Okay. Okay. So this one you don't need to name anything because we're going to discard this. So don't bother to just enter piece name. Just right click OK. And again, clockwise trace, and I have pieces like that. Oh, I forgot to delete the annotations. Let me clear. Doesn't do that, does it? Click, click, click. All right. So once you have traced two pieces like this, okay, so you will combine these two pieces, okay. So in order to combine, you will select modify, piece action combine. See, I told you, not line action has combined, also piece actions has also combined. Okay, so piece actions combine. Now this also you need multiple steps, so you have to read this really carefully. Okay, select the merge line. So I will select this merge line here, and then select the target line, which is here. Then I will do that. Now I can enter. Okay, so this one I would just say 01 front FRT dash yoke. Okay, 01 FRT front yoke. All right, then right click OK. So this, now I create a yoke. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for the back. Okay, I will create trace. Okay, and again, don't bother to add name, just right click OK. And right click OK. Again, I forgot to delete annotation. Okay. Now, if you watch this, what happens? Okay, I'm going to again combine. Okay, modify piece actions combine. I will select this line first and this line. So it doesn't really do that, just like the front. Okay, so the reason why it doesn't do that is that because if you measure, verify line length, this, okay, it's not really exact the same measurements. You can see that this side is a little bit longer. Okay, so when the one side is longer, okay, system asks you, okay, you want to combine, you know, measuring from this point or maybe from this point. Basically, it's asking like this. Okay, so you wanted to attach like this or like that, you know, so matching at this point or this point. Okay, so that's what the system needs to know if the line, both lengths are not equal. Okay, so I would probably attach to this point and then fix the difference at the yoke line. So let me try again. Modify, piece action, combine. Okay, so I will select this line first and then this line. So now it tells you, right? Select the match point on set piece. So I will, match point will be waist point. okay? And this also waist point. Then we'll attach now. Now I can enter. This will be 02 BK back yoke. Okay, 02 BK back yoke. Okay. So if you see, zoom in, see that little gap right there? Okay. So because I matched the waist, so the difference will be here. So what do you need to do here is that you're going to combine these actually 3 lines, right? This little section right here. So you combine these 3 lines and then we're going to fix it. Okay, so that we're going to do later. So can you do that to this point? Okay. So you will use create trace. Okay. So when you use after trace each piece, you will use piece combine. But when you combine, okay, don't select the line on the center side. Select the line on the side. Okay. This line first, not this line. Okay, so what happens if you do opposite? Let's say if I select this line first and this line, you see it will be, this will be attached to this piece. Okay, the one you select first will be attached to the second line. So although shapes, the shape is correct, but orientation is wrong, right? Because this, you want this line to be grain line, like center line. So you, so how, which piece to select first makes difference. Okay, so select the side one first and attach to the center one. I mean, you can still rotate, but you know it will be extra steps you need to do. It's getting chilly here. Need to get the sweater.
Sorry, could you repeat that again? It's the center front and center back that you want chosen first?
The side piece first.
The side piece
you
first.
will, yeah, you will attach side piece to center front, center piece. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So if you have successfully combined these pieces, the next step is that you see you can't really leave it like that, right? That line is so you need to create nicer, much nicer curve than this one. So we're going to fix this. So before we fix this, the curve, we need to combine. You see this little square indicates that is a broken line. So you're going to combine these lines. So again, modify, line actions, combine. Okay. Then you will combine waistlines and then combine yoke lines. And after you have combined, now you will turn this view intermediate, view point intermediate, and click the piece. So you can see all the points on the piece. Okay. So then next you add adequate points so that when you move points, it will sustain better curve. Okay. So you will select create point, and I will probably add a little more here, and also this corner. There's only one point in between, so I will add where the previously the broken point is, split point was. Then I will add just here and both sides like this, maybe about this, like that. Okay. Then you will select modify single point. Then you basically push this little bit, this one in. That will do it, right? And here, this one, you just move just a little bit. So that gives a decent curve. Okay. And so why I added the points here and here is that this is what is happening. I'm going to show you, okay, why you need to add little extra point here and here is that it is because like this. Let me show you with this example. Okay, view intermediate. Okay, so this one here, you have 3 points here. Okay, if I try to fix the side hip curve, okay, you want to just fix this area, not here. Okay, but if I just move, let's say I want to fix this point. I guess this is a broken board, isn't it? Let me see. See, if I move this point, you see that it's kind of, I mean, I tried to move here, but you see it's the entire hemline, the below, which must stay straight, is also moving. So that is not really what you want. Okay, so if you add so-called anchor point, okay, create. So you want to add point here, maybe point here, okay, and then you go back and then move this point. See that it because you have these points, it doesn't, this line used to move doesn't move anymore. Okay, so the points actually work as that, like anchor points. Okay, so if you add extra points, you will specify the area. When you move points, it only affects the area that between certain points. Okay, so that's why I added extra points here and here, so that when you move points, it only affects like this area. Okay, and now I will turn view intermediate off, so you can see the line a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to do the back. Okay, so I will combine again, modify line actions, combine. So I combine the waistline. Okay, and this one is a little tricky because if you're trying to combine these lines, it's not combined. Why is that? Because remember, these are actually 3 lines. Okay, so you go back, combine, and combine this line. There's a tiny line here, and then this line. So you combine. Okay. Okay. Now, here again, I'm going to turn view intermediate on. So you see all the points on the waistline first. Okay. So I guess I would add just a little more point. So points at here, maybe here. and then use modify single points and zoom in where the corner is. So just move just a little bit here, maybe just a little out, and this one also a little bit out. Okay, so that will be smooth lines. Now this one also, you only have 2 points here, so I would first add points about here, maybe here, and here, and here. Okay, then I will move single points, single point, and here let's just move just a little bit here, and just round the corner, basically, you know, through the corner, make it smoother like this. Okay, now I will turn view off, view intermediate off, so you can see the line better, right? That looks much better. Okay, now this is the how I fix with the moving points. Okay, there is other ways to do also. Okay, let me do that second option. Okay, so after you have combined the piece, okay, so what you can do is you combine the lines. You don't really need to combine it. So what you can do is you create 2-point curve from here, from here to here, and you will basically create the new waistline. Okay, and well, I guess this is a little bit too straight, so I will just move just a little bit more. Then if you're happy with the waist, the line you create, you will now swap, modify line action, swap, and you select the line you just created and right click OK, and then swap with the old line like that, and make sure to delete the line you swapped. Okay, so that's other way to do it. And then it gets a little difficult for the yoke line because certain part is a little straighter, and so when you do that, it may not be you may not get the line exactly you want. This one might be okay. Yeah, okay, so then maybe you do a little fine tuning. All right, and if you're happy with the line, then you do swap again. Swap. Okay, and then delete the line. Like the right deleted line, okay, like that. So, I don't know which one you like it, but so you can do this way too. Okay. All right, questions so far? Any part you want me to repeat, let me know. All right, then I'm gonna move forward. So you don't need these pieces anymore, so just right click, delete from work area, okay? So that, you know. So now I have yoke, front and the back. Then next you just trace this, the bottom part. Now front, you can either trace or there's a new command actually you can use, which is create facing. I know it doesn't I'm not making facing, but if you have any line truncate the piece, you can use the line as a facing line. And when you click the line and you move, you see that little like a weight, like a bacon presser sign. Okay. So you can, because when you use this command, you can either see if you move a little bit further, it should be, come on. Oh, didn't do that, cancel. Okay, so when you select this line, and this is the line, so you will select this part. Oh, actually, it doesn't do that. I know why, because this is right, correction. It doesn't work because the line intersect with this, you see these points. That's why it doesn't work for this one, but it does work for this one. I'm sure it works for this one. Create facing. Oh, it doesn't work also. Okay, so let's do this some other time. Actually, we can do that next project probably. So for this one, you can either trace. Then I'm going to show you other way to do is extract. Okay, extract is you can highlight the section and right click OK, and then click and OK and OK. I think I did that. So that will extract. So that's another way to do. Or you can also do same, trace center front. Okay. So trace always work. So very reliable. Whereas other command has to meet certain conditions. Then this, I'm sorry, this one I will do number 3. Number 3 dash front skirt. That's right, front. Okay, front. Okay, so that will be the part. Okay, now I have. Okay, so back skirt, you will, just cut the dots, but probably you will. This part will be like eased in. Okay, so you will just trace as is. Like that. So that will be number 4. Number 4 and back. Okay. So now this we don't need to use this anymore. So I have now front yoke, back yoke, front skirt, back skirt. So that is the pieces that we need. So I'm going to save this. Save, click, click. Okay. So if you look at the current pieces, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will become number 5. So I would use create piece, copy, and click. Okay, and I will name this as number 5, waistband number 5, 5 dash waistband WP. Okay, so these are pieces now completed for yoke skirt. Now I will turn on seam. So you see that some yoke line, for example, the seams are missing. So this one we add 3/8 seam allowance. Okay, and maybe we do half an inch seam allowance. So advanced, define, click, 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 and right click OK. Then I add half an inch. Okay. All right. So why I have not? And also, if your center front yoke is not mirrored, we need to mirror this, right? So we will do modify piece action mirror, and then single end, fold after mirror, then we'll click, and I will select that notch only on the yoke side, and right click OK. Some reason I have notch here. Let me delete this notch. Okay. So the notch is only on this side, and this is now on fold. And the yoke we need to do the same. Okay. So mirror, and then click. Oh, actually, I need on both sides. Mirror, fold after mirror, both ends. Okay, and then we'll click. I guess we need doesn't override. So once you, if you made a mistake, open again. So that open meaning undo mirror. Right below the mirror, open. I know it's a little bit tricky. I think I explained. Open doesn't mean open. Open meaning undo mirror. Okay. So now I open the mirror, meaning undid mirror. So I use mirror again, but this time I do both ends. Okay. Okay. So that notch is added to both ends, here and here. All right. So then last thing we need to do is probably notches here. Okay. And now I like to talk about when you add notches to corner, where do you think you need to go again? When you add notches to corner, you need to go to advanced corners, right? So I will select regular and extension, and I'm going to start from here. Okay. So this one, okay, you could leave it like this, but I like to talk about corner, squared corner, okay, next time. So this time, although this is more sharp corner and this is more like a dull angle, so ideally this need to be a squared corner, but that square corner we practice a little later. So for this one, you just use corners regular, okay? And this one will be first only. This will be second only. And if you want to add notch here, this will be the second. This will be the first. So you don't need notches here, right? Notch here, notch here, you don't need it, okay? So you add notches where it's only necessary. So this will be the first. This will be the second. Okay, I guess we added adequate notches. And now, finally, we save all of them. File, save. We're done. Okay. So before you close, go to Accumark Explorer and make sure you have pieces saved here. Okay. So I have 01 front yoke, 02 back yoke, and 03 front, 04 back, and 05 waistband. All right. So now I know the pieces are there. So I'm going to finally close this. Okay. Any questions, anybody? You need a little time to catch up. I think I delete this one. I don't know why it's there. Keep popping up. All right. So if you have done this, now I will close this. Are you sure you don't have any questions? Yes. No questions? All right. So now I'll close this. And now we're going to make model, right? So you delete this model because this is no longer correct. So we'll create new model. Okay. So you carefully select from 1 to, in order of the numbering. Okay. So I will select 01 front yoke, 02 back yoke, 03 front, and 04 back, and 05 waistband. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now right click, open with model editor. Boom. Okay, so we will need to edit each column. So first piece category, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and piece description is no longer correct. So front yoke, front yoke at oneself with maybe you want to add a fusible, so we're going to do fuse. Okay. And this will be back yoke to self fuse, and this will be front skirt oneself to be back skirt cut to self, the waistband, so you don't need to change that. Oh, so when the situation like this, you see, if you decide to do yoke, add fusible so that it stays nicely, sturdy. So you can see now, I will probably bring either rearrange the piece because you see self-fuse has to be grouped. So either you want to do a skirt part at the top and then yoke part bottom. So I would do probably like this. Watch. So I will highlight this and then bring it to the top. And then here, I'll bring it to the second. Okay. So that will be, oh, what did I do? That will be self-fuse. Okay. So that will be the better way to arrange the pieces. So when that happens, what do we have to do? We need to change numbers. So that I'm going to show you how to change number. Okay. So I'm in the rename mode. So if you are not in the rename mode, right click and then make sure you select rename mode. Okay. Then I'm going to fix this. Okay. To 0, 1. Trust me, you do this very often when you're actually making the patterns. Okay. So then this will be 0, 2, and this would be 0, 3, this would be 0, 4. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then you first save this, and then it gives you warning, and you say yes. Okay. Now I will yoke skirt and say save. Okay. And then category also you need to fix. Okay. That looks much better now. So self-fuse. Then fabric code self. And number 3 to number 5, you have fuse. And the flips in the X box, first one is 1 to 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So then save again. Okay. So if I close this, now I have model completed. Okay. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And other way to check the piece numbers, you can, without opening the model, you can highlight, right-click the model, right-click, and you can see report. Okay, you can report all pieces. Then you see the little list comes up, just like a little colors must. You can see piece numbers and category and the fabric code. You can see that. Okay. All right.